Blank Slate. Have you heard me talking about Blank Slate yet? It's the favorite board game around here. Blank Slate is so simple. It's all about fun. It's perfect for everybody. Get Blank Slate now at Target, Barnes & Noble, or wherever you buy your games. And now back to the countdown. Turn it up! Direct access to the stars.
And the biggest hits in the USA.
This is AT40. We are inside your top 20. Camila Cabello said that the music on her new album is incredibly close to her heart because all the songs are about her real experiences. Some tracks on her last project were written about people or stories from her imagination, but for the new one...
Hello, everybody. Nobody's here yet, but I'm going to get started. I hate to have a bunch of time at the beginning of my videos, so when people start them later, it won't be so much lag time. So, all right. I hope that Gail Gillum is out there or tuning in because this one is especially for her. Hey, Shanna. My best friend is here. She's always at work. She misses everything. I'm happy to see you. You're the only little soul here right now. So let me go ahead and get my rambling going. I am making fried chicken. One of my favorites, one of my family favorites, kind of something I'm known for. And I told Marcus, I said, can you believe I'm sharing my fried chicken recipe? And he was like, Mickey, you tell people your recipe all the time. And I think he's right. But a lot of people that, you know, when I tell them, they'll say, that's all you do or that's it. And I'll never forget when I told my father-in-law many years ago, he loved my chicken, and I told him what I put on it. And at that time, I just put Lawry's seasoning salt and cayenne pepper. That was all that I put on there. And he couldn't believe that was it. He was like, you ain't telling me everything. I know that you're not. People think that like I might give them recipes sometimes, but may not tell them the full recipe. I'm not the person that does that. I'm really not. If I don't want you to have something, I wouldn't give it to you, you know? Look at my eyebrows. They are in control and in charge. So anyway, first I'm going to start with showing you the ingredients that we're going to use. Lawry's seasoning salt, which I literally use on I think everything. The best seasoned salt in the world to me. Cayenne pepper. Black pepper. And granulated garlic. That's literally it. 4 little ingredients or seasonings. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my stove on. Y'all know about me and this quick eye and how hot it gets, so I'm kind of nervous turning it on, but I don't want to have a lot of lag time. Shanna, I'm very happy you're here, sweetheart. Now you're gonna have to make me some fried chicken, which I'm sure your fried chicken is bomb like it already is. But what I'm gonna do here, let's see how we can move this camera down. Hey, Heather. Maybe just for this practical purpose, I'll just move this over here and come back to the chicken part. Y'all have to bear with me in this camera. So what I'm going to do, because I have to do so much hand washing with chicken, I'm going to start with the flour. And like you season your flour as much as you see fit. There's no measurement to this. I would say maybe this is maybe 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I go kind of light on the peppers because, you know, I don't want to overpower it. And I always kind of feel like when cayenne and black pepper are combined, I feel like it really is extra spicy. Like the cayenne to me is even more spicy with black pepper than it is alone. I feel like they enhance each other. And then there's the salt. And I'm taking it light, my version of light, because I'm going to season the chicken pretty heavy. But I just find that when you season your flour, it just helps the chicken a lot. Like it's more seasoned. To me, it doesn't matter how heavy you season that chicken. It's something about seasoning the flour. I'm telling y'all, it makes a difference. And I'm probably about to sneeze because pepper always makes me sneeze. Oh dear. I'll be sneezing like a hyena here in a minute. I tell y'all what, having this quick eye dealing with grease will have a girl a hot mess. Let me just tell you. Ooh, I keep feeling like I'm about to sneeze. I wish it would come out. I don't want to sneeze on the chicken. Who's out there? Heather, I'm your girl, honey. I'll do my best. Hey, Mary. Hey, Regina. Hey, everybody. So we're doing fried chicken. I better stop rambling and rambling when I start cooking because the grease is heating up. So these chicken wings are already cleaned. All the little feathers and hairs and all that stuff has already been removed. So now we're going to season. What really makes the chicken bomb, folks, this. I'm not saying it ain't all good, but this is what makes fried chicken bomb, is Lawry seasoning salt. And Marcus, who is my husband, for the people who don't know me personally, but that's my husband. And I remember back in the day, for some random reason, he asked me would I start putting garlic on chicken. I was never really heavy on garlic in general, and I love it. I put garlic on everything now. And it's really good on chicken. Now that's my version of taking it light with cayenne. That may not be y'all's version of light, but that's mine. Like I said, I'm trying to keep in mind that I have the flour already seasoned. And also I like hot sauce. Y'all know about me and my Frank's Red Hot. I love me some hot sauce. So even though I want it good and salted, I want it to be able, you know, to be where I can use Frank's, because I absolutely love hot sauce. And why am I cooking today? I guess because I love my family, because we've technically already had dinner. We had dinner after church, so this is a snack. I'm not like fixing sides or anything like that. We literally about to have some wing sandwiches and call it a day. Because tomorrow, Mondays are like busy around here, so I don't really want to be frying chicken tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna have to be something quick. Oh my goodness, y'all. I keep forgetting my greases though. Because if I wasn't doing a live, I would season it and then turn it on. So I'm going to take one hand because I'm a germaphobe. I need one hand for turning stuff on. And all I'm going to do is rub this in. And I'll tell you something else. I'm a true believer of rubbing seasoning into raw meat. Even if it's a chuck roast, whatever. Something you got to pop in the oven. Because to me, it burns. Like the seasoning will burn. Garlic is already shady anyway. I mean, you can't fool with it too long without it burning. You have to be careful about it. But I just find that when you lightly season or heavily season, if you don't rub it in, I feel like it just burns up. Does anybody else out there feel that way? I've been frying chicken for quite a while, and that's something that I will stand by, that you need to rub your chicken. Or maybe it's just loving the chicken. Maybe the chicken just needs some love, y'all. I don't know. But that's literally it. Lawry seasoning salt, granulated garlic, black pepper, and cayenne. And like I said, rub that chicken. Rub it like you love it. Season that flour. Maddie's laughing at me. Maddie, you better be taking notes, girl. You're going to be cooking for me one day. And I want some good chicken. I wish I was joking saying that to her, but I'm really not. And of course my nose is starting to run because of pepper. Can y'all see my little cutesy tootsie Christmas tree in there? This is so my chicken won't go down my garbage disposal. And my water has bleach in it and Dawn, so I'm just gonna let that soak. Woo. Gonna wash these hands for about 20 seconds. And I'll tell y'all something else while I'm sitting here rambling. Sometimes when I fix chicken strips, and I do my chicken strips the same exact way as far as the seasoning and the flour go. But sometimes when I want my chicken strips crunchy, I'll use buttermilk. I'll do a buttermilk dredge first, not soaking them overnight or anything like that, which I'm sure that's fine too. I just don't do that. But I'll literally just dip them in buttermilk, and then dip them in the flour and fry them. And they are so pretty and so crunchy. But what I do find in the past, and I only done it once, I don't think I've ever done it more than one time. But what I do find, let me check my grease, y'all. Feels like it's getting there. Okay, but what I do, the Google Play is acting crazy. But anyway, getting back to the bone buttermilk chicken. So I find that when it's bone in, that the coating burns up. That it literally just burns. And I cook my chicken for 22 minutes on basically, I started on high heat, and when it gets a good fry going, you know, once all the chicken is in and it's a good fry going, I take it down to medium heat. I want to say more like medium high, but more medium. But anyway, I always feel that it burns up. And I was watching an episode of The Pioneer Woman, which I'm a huge fan of The Pioneer Woman. If I haven't told y'all that, I've probably told you that before. But I'm a big old fan of Miss Ree. This is my cooling rack for my chicken. But anyway, I noticed that when the Pioneer Woman fried chicken with buttermilk, she fried it and she finished it in the oven. So I don't really remember her saying, oh, I'm doing this because it burns up. I don't really remember her saying anything about why she done it. But I'm just thinking that maybe you can't deep fry buttermilk too long. And if any of y'all know any different, please tell me if there is a secret. And it ain't that I'm just like crazy about, like, you know, frying with buttermilk, but I do like it with my strips because I like the crunch. Let's see here. But yeah, tell me what y'all know about buttermilk. Let's see what D is saying. Yes, garlic will burn fast. Always load my burgers with garlic and make them and leaves a crust on each side. Girl, I'm all about a crust. I'm about crust on a hamburger, crust on breakfast sausage. I just love it. It makes such a difference. See, to me, that's little things like that that make a difference. To me, that's what makes you, I mean, I don't want to insult anybody, but knowing things like that is what makes you a good cook. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you something else that butters my bun, for lack of a better term, is when you go somewhere and you pay like premium prices for a cheeseburger and they won't toast the bun. I don't understand that. I feel like every restaurant, it should be a law. Literally, I'm going to send an email to the government. I'm really not doing that. But I'm going to send an email to somebody and lock these people up if they don't butter a bun. I stand by it. It makes a difference. So anybody know anything about this buttermilk? Let me go back here. Does Paula Deen really say you gotta rub your meat? Lori, I don't know if I believe you. Did she really say that? That's funny. That really made me laugh. Starch helps from burn. You know what, Lori Sherman, you had told me about adding cornstarch. I think you told me it makes the chicken crispy. If I'm not mistaken, is why you told me to use it, because of the crust it puts. But now that you said that, I remember you saying that. But, you know, I can't really remember why you told me I should do that. And then I got all these windows up in this house, so my house won't be smelling like chicken grease, and it always takes the grease longer to heat. Let's see here, let's do a little test. Shelly, I mean this. If I was president, and I should be, by the way, because, you know, everybody would just be taken well care of. I should be president, but I will tell you, I will lock you up if you had a restaurant and you didn't butter your bun. And I stand by it. Do what you want in your house, but when I come out, charge me for the butter and the griddle and just butter that bun. Y'all have to watch me, because I just get on tangents about things. I think this grease might need to heat a little bit more, just slightly. But this is all easy peasy. So all I'm going to do is literally dredge these wings in this flour, and I'm going to fry it for 22 minutes. I may flip my chicken 2 or 3 different times. I had a lady tell me once that my chicken was never going to get done because I flip it too much. She just happened to be at my house and said that. And I thought, lady, if you knew how many birds I have fried. I mean, I don't know if that's like a thing about, like, you know, steaks is to only turn your steak so many times, cook it even on each side. But with chicken, you know, just fry them wings. And I feel like another thing for telling when chicken is done is that it really floats. It floats a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like when you put it in, it kind of floats, but when it's done, it's really floating. It's floating like it's on a raft. I know that's a bad description, but I'm just saying. I don't know what the internal temperature is supposed to be because I got the eye of the chickens. These tell me. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Maybe when I post the recipe, I'll look up the internal temp because I know some people get nervous, especially if they don't fry chicken a lot. They worry about something being raw. But I'm telling you, 22 minutes, in my opinion, or 21, and, you know, checking it for floating for its life, to me, that tells me my chicken is done. And my mom and stepdad, this might be ready. My mom and stepdad was at my house once, and I was multitasking. Multitasking too much. When I was younger, I could multitask. It wasn't such a big deal. But this day, I had way too much going on. And I was frying chicken, and I was having sides. I was trying to be the hostess with the mostest because I love to do things for my mom. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Honey, that chicken was chicken jerky. I have never in my life fried dry chicken, ever. But that day I did because I'm telling you, when you have company, that's the time something to go awry. All right, this grease is pretty hot and it's on high. So all I'm going to do is, I don't know if y'all can see, yeah, good, because, you know, I don't want to keep contaminating too many hands. But all I'm literally going to do is just flour it. That's it. And, you know, like I said, lots of people do things lots of different ways. And like I say, there's always more than one way to skin a cat. And Madison hates when I say that, but it really is. And I'm not saying that this is the best fried chicken recipe in the world, but I haven't had anybody who didn't really like it. Everybody seems to think it's great, and they can never believe that this is all that I literally do. Everybody thinks I'm leaving out a step, but I'm telling you folks, this is it. And it's so funny, because my granny, you know, every time I cook, I'm talking about granny, because I literally think about her every time I do something, in the kitchen especially. But my grandma could not stand a wild wing like this, with everything flopping and wide open. Honey, it don't bother me one bit to have them chicken wings open. And I like, you know, like when you fry it, I like for all that to get fried instead of it being closed up and you kind of got that little area that's sweated. But to each their own. Because you talking about somebody who could solid fry chicken, it was my grandma. I usually follow most things that she does to a T, but I kind of prefer mine opened up because I just like them. You know, I like every inch of that skin really fried. And I hope Gail Gillum is on here. I sent her a message and she hadn't opened it. And then before I came on, I put a post on her page because she has really been on me about this fried chicken. On me in a loving way. And when you fry chicken, something that's very important is do not overcrowd your pan. And I'll tell you somebody else I hope tunes in, or I'm going to have to send this video to, is my friend Eric Lyons. I was supposed to teach Eric how to fry chicken when we was neighbors. Let me put my timer on for 22 minutes. Like I said, between 20 and 22 minutes, we'll just do 22 today. But like I said, we'll be able to tell when it's done because it's going to float. So, you know, right now you can kind of see the top of the chicken, but like it's not really floating. But y'all will see, because I'm going to sit here and ramble to y'all this whole time, I do believe. And at least let y'all see the first batch come out. But yeah, anyway, getting back to my friend Eric Lyons. We was neighbors, and me and him used to swap plates all the time. You know, we was always giving each other samples of our food. And he said that he wanted me to show him how to fry chicken. I kept saying, honey, I will. I promise, and da-da-da-da. Honey, next thing I know, he was moved. I mean, I knew he was moving, but you know, what I'm trying to say is time just got away from us. And while we was neighbors, I never did show him. But I still think it's funny. Marcus said, Nikki, honey, you give that recipe to everybody. I'm thinking I'm really sharing and doing something top secret. And I really take a lot of pride in my fried chicken because people really like it. And honestly, I really like it too. It might be the favorite thing that I make for me, you know. I don't really know. I like chicken a lot. I love fried catfish. And I'll tell you what else is good. I don't know how many of y'all roast chicken in the oven, but like baked chicken can be just as good as fried chicken. And listen, y'all, Don't get me started on no air fried chicken. Let me turn this up. Don't get me started on air frying chicken because that's some bomb chicken too. So chicken with skin is pretty much good any way you make it. It's just got to be on your mood. And sometimes, you know, you got to have it be in the mood for it. And sometimes I just bake chicken because it's easier and I don't feel like frying. But I have the hankering for fried chicken, so that's why we're having it. Because sometimes I just say, I'm not doing all that. And it's not even that it's hard, but like your house got to get all greasy and funky. Your t-shirts got to get grease stained. I started to put my old Mima Mall apron on for y'all. Not that there's anything wrong with the apron, but I really did start to put one on to protect my clothes from grease. But this poor shirt's got a hole in it. Look, speaking of grease, there goes some trying to pop me in the face. But yeah, I'm just going ahead and flouring these. Now, I wouldn't suggest if you had chicken left over to fry the next day, don't flour it because the coating becomes like a rock. And when you fry it, it's going to be like a rock. And even though I like my chicken crispy, I don't like it that kind of crispy. There's crispy, and then it's like you're going to pull your crown out crispy. That's what that is when flour sits on the chicken overnight and you try to fry it. I fried so much chicken, I could probably tell you anything about it. I mean, really, I have fried a lot of chicken in my lifetime. And when my mom, I can't help but laugh. I love my mom so much. She's funny. But my mom always say, honey, if you just make me some fried chicken with a little scoop of potato salad, that's all I need. She don't really ask for much. I mean, she really doesn't. I mean, I just pretty much cook for her and try to cook things, you know, that I know she likes. Or if it's a time constraint, I'll just cook whatever. But my mama is all about some fried chicken and she says a little scoop of potato salad. But that scoop ain't little. You didn't hear it from me. But she loves it. And my potato salad I learned to make for my grandma too. I feel like it tastes like hers, but sometimes I don't know if, like, you know, I'm a little biased or what. Yeah, Jamie, I know about them saying you shouldn't rinse your chicken off because the splatter of the water spreads germs. Let me tell you something. That is something that I will never do. I'm like a germaphobe, and I know the theory is it spreads germs, but I would rather have it down in the sink, season it, and thoroughly clean it. Like I've got that bleach sitting, I haven't turned the water on, so the germs are dead. But I can't get down with not rinsing chicken off. I rinse roast off. I rinse every piece of meat off. So I guess it's just your preference, you know? And what you say, Marie? I wash my chicken before I fry it. People say not to, but I like giving mine a salt bath. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show y'all the chicken. I'm getting carried away here. So this is actually a pretty good fry for the chicken. This is kind of what your chicken needs to look like. But I've got this piping hot ice, so I'm just going to go ahead and slightly turn it down. And I feel like I have to gradually turn the grease down because you don't want it to get too slow. But I know my stove eye, everybody's stove eye is different. But like this is a good speed. Right here is a really good speed. So I'm going to wash my hands. I want to know how y'all feel about washing chicken. Am I the only person that's a rule breaker? Because like I said, I just can't get down with it. I've been doing it my whole life. And like, I mean, I know that it's possible that could happen, but like, I wipe down my counters, like, I'm real, like, paranoid about meat, you know? When I make my barbecue sauce and certain things that I do, I ain't trying to get my family sick, and I sure ain't trying to get nobody else sick. So, you know, I always feel like I'm thorough enough that I don't need to, you know, go to the extreme. And I'm more worried about what's on the chicken before I rinse it than what's on it afterwards, you know? And I do know that heat kills germs. I know it's not logical, but my brain just doesn't work like that. I have to rinse it off. But I'm curious, like, what y'all stand on that. Like, when I wash my hands, I always wash at least 20 seconds, especially if it's meat. Now, if I was in here messing with fruit or something, I wouldn't be so whatever. But like I can get under my nails, I just do all that. I don't know why I'm talking about my germophobia to everybody, but I I just feel like being cleanly with meat is just as important as cooking and everything else. That's just me though. It sure smells good. I wish y'all could smell it for real. It smells great. Look at this, all the soap I still got on my hands. I have a bad habit of doing that too. And then my poor skin is like dried out to death. Because I'm really bad at rinsing all the soap up from off my arms. You know, a lot of times when I do lives, I kind of, you know, want to have everything already seasoned and done because it just cuts down on the time, and I hate having a lot of dead time, at least for you all. It doesn't bother me to ramble at all. I can ramble all day, but I don't want people to like tune out, or people to like, oh, I'll catch that later because this is taking forever. But some things take time. And I figured with the chicken, y'all would want to see how much seasoning I put on it and like what I actually use, because I don't measure it. It don't need to measure it. You do whatever you want to do. So the chicken has been cooking for 5 minutes. And I'm cooking it for a total of, no. It's been cooking for 7 minutes. And I'm cooking it for a total of 20, 22 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn this because I think it's frying pretty good. Because sometimes you can like, can y'all see that pretty wing? Sometimes you can, you know, burn your chicken, your flour on your chicken if it's up too high. And like I said, don't space your pan. There's a lot of wings in here, but see all this room in between? I mean, it's like inches of oil that isn't covered. Don't overcrowd your pan. And it's still up pretty high. It's still up more high than it is medium, somewhere in between. But like I said, when you cook chicken a lot, you just know. I mean, you can look at it and tell when it needs to be turned down. You can tell when it's done by the way it's floating. There's a lot of things that the chicken tells you, because the chicken wants to be a star and it wants things to work out just as much as you do. And Gail, even though I'm not sure you're on here yet, Marcus said he was even more excited than you about this. Oh, Jackie, I hope you can see me now. Jackie says she's having trouble with her reception. And Marie says that after I wash chicken down real good using Dawn, then go over everything with Clorox bleach wipes. Well, you know, the Dawn bottle says not to mix with bleach, and I actually researched why it says not to. And it's because of like the chemicals that it lets off, and you breathing it in, and that's why they don't want you to do it. But I was always raised, I know y'all get tired of me talking about how I was raised, but honey, to know me, you have to know my past. But I was always raised, my grandma and my mom, we always put bleach in water. So I kind of feel like I have to. My husband was opposite. He didn't grow up with anybody bleaching anything. And he's like, well, we never died. Everything turned out okay. But I just feel better using bleach. But Marie, I like how you roll. I really do. But I just put my bleach on in my water and just rinse it off. And if you ever take a class through the health department, you know, they'll tell you have your 3 basin sink. You wash your dishes. You have a bleach solution. And then you rinse your dishes off. I think that's the order it goes in. But yeah, chicken's still looking good. I don't feel like I need to turn it down quite yet, but I will get to the point where I do need to turn it down. And I'll tell you what else. A lot of times when you start that second batch of chicken, you know, it may lower the temp just a little bit, but I always feel that once it gets going, I always have to fry that on a lower tip. Like more medium, nowhere near high. I don't know, it's just something about this grease. Once you get to batch number 2 or 3, it's a whole nother ball game. But the first batch to me is always kind of more, you know, slow going. But yeah, just to reiterate, for people who didn't see, what's on this chicken, and like I said, this is what makes the chicken a star. I'm convinced if you didn't put anything but Lawry's seasoning salt on it, it would be fine. I mean, I'm dead serious. What's even in Laura's seasoning salt? Salt, sugar, spices, including paprika, turmeric, onion, cornstarch, garlic, natural flavor, and extracts of paprika. See, I had no idea what was even in here. I just know that it tastes good, and I literally put it on everything. So I didn't really realize that I was putting sugar on my chicken and turmeric and paprika, and I'm adding garlic. I had no idea all that stuff was in here. So yeah, I think that this can stand on its own. Like really. Maybe I'll even just try it one day. But like I said, back in the day, I don't know, 15 years ago, this is all I used to use. And it was bomb. I mean, I didn't toot my own horn, but I'm just telling you, this right here is enough for good bomb fried chicken. And then like I told y'all, my sweet hubby asked me one day to start putting garlic on it, which I thought was strange, but now I love it. And I put granulated garlic and black pepper. And like I said earlier, you know, to me, when you combine the peppers, they enhance each other. So black pepper makes cayenne hotter and vice versa. So, you know, you might want to take it easy. And I season my flour with the same things. Lightly seasoned, just mix it with the pork. Dredge my chicken. That's it and that's all. Let's check out the chicken situation. We got 10 minutes left on the timer. I'm just going to turn it over. And I don't know, you know, if y'all can really tell how much it's floating. Look at that. Oh, sexy, pretty thing. Look at that. I'm telling y'all, I seriously, and I sincerely mean this, wish that I could let y'all taste this. Because for something so simple, it tastes like you've done a lot of work, even when you haven't. But they're starting to float a little bit now, because if you notice at the beginning, they were sunk down a little bit. You might just see a little tip or a little corner. But this is what I mean about when your chicken starts floating. It's getting close to being ready. But my timer still got 9 minutes. So I'm going to trust my timer even more than the floating. But yeah, 20 minutes, 22, somewhere in that range. I'm going to slightly turn my oil down, barely. But that's the kind of fry you want to have on your chicken pretty much the whole time. If it starts, you know, frying harder or you start smelling the flour burn, turn it down immediately. Just keep gauging it down. But, you know, you get to the point with your chicken where it's just good. But usually when it gets close to done, you have to turn it down. Like you can just tell. We'll get to that. I feel like I'm rambling, and I probably am. Who else is out there? Lord, it does smell good to me, honey. I love me some fried chicken. I don't cook it a lot anymore. I used to cook it a lot. We try to be a little bit more health conscious around here. We try to. Ooh, not fun, but we try not to fry food all the time. So, but we love it. And like I said, it's good baked, it's good air fried. You know, it's just, I want fried chicken today. So that's what we're having. Hey, Erica. Hey, sister-in-law. Hi, Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie, you and Senor need to come eat. I don't know if Senor is watching, but I really want to have y'all down. We're going to have to work that out. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Terry. Yes, Lord Sherman. Wash, rinse, and sanitize. I just can't. My brain will not let me do it. Heather, I wish you could taste it too. And I really sincerely mean that. Hey, Laura. Hi, everybody. Hope I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, does anybody, getting back to the buttermilk being fried with boned chicken, does anybody fry that from start to beginning and not burn it up? Or is it just a Mickey thing? But I'm telling you, I seen Ree Drummond. She fried it, got a crust on it, and then she baked her chicken the rest of the way. And I'm just like, I'm not that motivated for a buttermilk crust that I'm going to fry it and bake it. I'm sure it's not a big deal, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. And I feel like I'm dirtying up too much stuff. Like, why go through all that? I just want to fry my chicken. And I'll tell you something else. I don't know. Y'all probably, I don't know. Even the sound. I know I'm rambling about this chicken, but it even starts sounding different when it's getting close to done. Like the grease. I don't know if it's the moisture. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I don't know if it's the moisture cooking out of the chicken, but it sounds different. Look at that. Oh, my dear. Do you see that? Ugh. Like I said, I don't know if it's the moisture coming out the chicken or what exactly is happening. But the grease even starts sounding different. The closer it gets to done, everything starts changing a little bit. And you know, I would say right now, it's my eyes on a medium. I slightly turned it down. But I feel like telling y'all this on this eye is bad because this eye is like the power of 2 eyes as far as heat goes. You know, but I would say before this eye, like, cause sometimes I fry chicken on that eye. Sometimes I have 2 skillets going. Like if I got company, I'll be frying chickens out of multiple skillets. But over here, I would say we do about medium, a little bit hotter than medium, not high. But you'll know. Can y'all hear that? Maybe I should turn my music down. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's such a different sound. So we got 5 more minutes left on that. And even though it's floating, it ain't quite done. We'll know when it's done. What's everybody else out here doing? Lori, you need to get an air fryer. I love them. They're so good. I mean, I don't use them like every day. When I first got it, I was like, let me try everything in it. But it makes really good wings. Out of this world ribeyes. Oh my gosh, the ribeyes that come out of an air fryer are like stupid good. Sometimes you can put frozen food in it. You know, I mean, it's okay. I mean, the frozen food in the air fryer is better than it is out the oven. Now, I can 100% say that, but at the end of the day, it's still frozen food. I mean, it makes it better, but it's still frozen food. When I done chicken wings the first time in my air fryer, I breaded some, and I seasoned it, breaded, just like I'm doing now, and I like rubbed it or brushed it with olive oil. And you know, I would definitely encourage you to use olive oil, but the flour, instead of it being compact and really fried like a crust, it was kind of crumbly and airy. So I'm not an expert on frying floured chicken in the air fryer. I definitely need to work on that. But naked wings, which means no flour, I mean, sometimes they're better than fried wings. I mean, I guess it just depends on my mood. I don't know. Miss Debbie telling me to open a restaurant. Sometimes I feel like I want to do that. Sometimes I'm like, no. It sounds like another marriage. And I'm completely dedicated to this one, so I don't know. Easton said he wished he could reach through that phone and get that chicken. You tell Mr. Easton I will fry him chicken, and I literally mean that. You know that I've been begging you and Tim to come to my house and eat. And I really wish that y'all would. But you tell that sweet boy I will fry him chicken anytime. So can you hear this? I feel like I'm crazy talking about listening to the grease, and I sound like a crazy person. But it just sounds different. This chicken is almost done. And you know, sometimes you have wings that are smaller than other ones. And sometimes, you know, they get ready a little bit early. Oh my gosh, this chicken. I literally want to smack myself. I'm serious. It smells so good. And there's nothing like fried chicken when you've been craving it. And now you can see better in here that even though it looked like I was throwing 1,000 wings in here, there's like room for 3 more. But I don't want to overcrowd my pan. Because when you crowd your pan, the flour doesn't stick as good. It takes longer to fry it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can sweat your chicken, just depending. And also back in the day, I used to cover my chicken with the lid. And I'm not really sure when I stopped doing that, but I don't do that anymore. But it's fabulous both ways. I can't really tell you that one's better than the other. And I know there's restaurants that like pressure cook their fried chicken. So maybe there's some magic going on with the lid and the steam. I don't know. But like when it comes to my wings, I like them fried and crisp. And I don't cover them. Heck, I don't even cover my chicken wings anymore. I mean, my chicken legs or any other piece of the chicken. But I really did. I used to do that. I don't know when I stopped doing that. Turn this down just a little bit more. And like I said, crazy lady is listening to the grease, telling me what I need to be doing. The grease is saying turn me down. It sounds completely different now. And see, that's a good old fried wing. I would say that wing is done. I'm going to take that one out. Y'all see that? Easton, this wing is just for you. See if we got any more ready. And you know, honestly, I like smaller wings. I think smaller wings are better, like as far as the skin breading chicken ratio, I prefer a smaller wing. So there's literally 1 minute left on my timer. And sometimes, you know, if chicken wings are bigger, I'll still fry them a little bit more than 22 minutes. Hey, Paula. Rebecca said, looks like Popeye's chicken. I worked there years ago. I love me some Popeye's chicken, girl. Thank you. That's a sweet thing to say. Oh, Miss Debbie, you're amazing. I love you, and I miss you so much. Miss Debbie on here was my boss when I worked at Cato's, and she was really a great boss. Yeah, who can say that? I mean, honestly, but she really was. Good Christian woman. Love her dearly. Hey, Ella. Hey, Melinda. All right, so that's the timer. Let me see what we got going on here. I just hope my phone never just falls down out of this contraption. But just like the way it's frying, this chicken is done. And I know I sound crazy talking about sounds and floating, but I'm telling you, you fry chicken, you'll start knowing when something is done. And these little pups are done. And it kills me sometimes to like finish frying chicken because, see, that's a big boy. I'm going to let him float just maybe a minute longer. See, this is my kind of chicken wing. This size right here. Which on here they probably all look the same, but it's a little smaller than the other ones. I'm gonna let those two cook just a minute. And like when it's just two in here floating, I turn my grease down because they will burn up. Let me see if I can turn this around here. Okay, so we got these two bigger ones, letting them fry maybe an additional minute. And I feel like it doesn't look so pretty on the film, but it looks really pretty from where I am. And I'm telling y'all, I wish so bad I could share. I really do. And when I say that my chicken is good, please don't think I'm being arrogant, because I'm not. I just thoroughly enjoy my chicken. And not only do I thoroughly enjoy it, I take pride in making it. There's some things I make, and there's some things that I really feel like I put my heart into. And I would say fried chicken. Well, look at me. That's up there. Y'all seeing all my business, all my dust bunnies, whatever else is going on up there. I forgot the camera was turning around. Oh, uh-oh. Whoa, is everybody there? See what I said about my phone? Uh-oh. That's probably why I should just leave it mounted. I forgot I had loosened it up. Sorry, everybody. Hope I didn't give everybody a heart attack. Okay. So I'm going to take these out. And this is batch 1. And I'm going to move these and just let y'all see how the grease kind of changes when you put another batch. Please don't let this phone fall in the grease. Oh my gosh, that would be bad. I hope I tightened that up enough. I don't know if warranties cover deep fried plastic. So anyway, Maddie's always laughing at me. Her and Marcus both. But just want to shake the excess grease off. And right now it's kind of on a lower heat, but I just want to test it with the first piece or two to see if I need to adjust my heat. Because sometimes it's so hot when you put it in, you don't need to turn it up. Y'all hear that sizzle rizzle? That's that grease talking. And the grease just told me to back up. The grease just said I'm going to burn you in the face if you don't get up off me. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And like I said, right now this is on a lower heat. And I'm just going to let it roll like this. Because right now it's really, really hot. And eventually it'll slow down a little bit and then I'm going to turn it up. But I'm just really trying to not, you know, burn my chicken up and burn the flour up. But that's really it, y'all. I'm going to wash my hands. Like I said, we are literally having chicken wings and hot sauce and maybe some bread. Chicken wing sandwiches. It's a Sunday. It's almost 6 p.m. We've already had dinner, but we had dinner right after church. That was a long time ago. And I had bought this chicken to actually cook for the game yesterday. And Madison has a birthday coming up. And she got some birthday money yesterday, so she wanted to run to Home Goods. And y'all know I don't have any problem going to Home Goods. So yesterday, me and her went to Home Goods instead of me here frying chicken. And we had beef vegetable soup left. Let me wash this sink off. My nasty hands being in here. But we had enough leftovers yesterday where I honestly didn't have to cook. And honestly, probably didn't have to really cook today, but I'm weird about meat sitting in my refrigerator too long. See, this is slowing down. I don't know if y'all can see that from there. It's a decent fry, but it's about to really slow down. So I got this on 2, and it's frying this hard, which on somebody else's stove, it may be like a 4 or 5 in the middle. And I'm going to slightly turn it back up to high. Not high, but the next number down. And I've got my timer going because I can't multitask very well anymore. I have to focus on what I'm doing. Now I feel like I was saying something before I went and washed my hands. Jamie said, hi, Maddie.
Hi.
She said, hi. Shanna said, you said you can never get your chicken that brown. You know, sometimes my chicken is a little lighter if I've used oil, and some of this oil is used, but some of it's fresh. It's probably about 50-50. So I don't really know about that. You know, we talk about biscuits, how we can't get biscuits brown. Listen, y'all, I'm not a biscuit maker. Shanna Cornett Lewis is a biscuit maker. I'm still on the struggle bus with biscuits. Biscuits and, what's the little pinwheel peanut butter candy? Some people call it potato candy. Why can't I think of anything? Y'all know what I'm talking about, especially you people from back home. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Peanut butter rolls. Try that once. It was tough, like somebody's leather boot tough. It tasted good, but it was terrible. I made toffee once. It was golden like my skin. Staring at it, 3 seconds later, it was as black as a piece of coal. I was going to show you something black, but y'all know it was black as my eyebrows. It went from my skin to my eyebrows. I'm telling you, there is few things in life that I can't, you know, just read a recipe and do it. But I sure burned up some toffee. I'm checking my grease because I don't want to burn this up. I burned up my toffee, and I made peanut butter roll. It was tough as a boot. What else have I jacked up really bad? Oh, I might have told y'all this before. Now I'm really about to ramble for just a few minutes, and I'm going to hop off of here. But anyway, when my granny was living, it's another Endless Lee story. I have so many of them. She was such a big part of my life. But my granny, back when I lived back home in southeastern Kentucky, I used to make dinners and sell them to local businesses. I would take up orders, and once a week I would cook and I would deliver them. That's what I was doing on the side to make extra money. Okay, so I got this roll recipe from Southern Living. Now my granny had her roll recipe, which I don't have a roll recipe. But my granny would make the best, oh, just so stupid, ridiculously good rolls. I mean, they had the best taste. It's like they was yeasty. You could taste the yeast. I mean, they was just, there's not a word big enough for Granny's roll. You know, I feel like this oil was being disrespectful. It's so loud I can't even hear myself think right now. Hold on, I'll get back to this. Just let y'all check out the grease. I turned it up a little bit. I'm going to turn it down slightly. But yeah, once you start doing that second and third pan of chicken, you have to start watching the oil. Like you really do, because the oil may decide it's too hot. It may decide it's too cool. Watch the oil. So anyway, getting back to my kitchen disasters, another disaster. So when I was selling those dinners back home, I had made rolls, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different times homemade. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm really good at making rolls. These rolls are delicious. This is a great recipe. I was probably confident enough that I would have took orders and sold the rolls, like making really good rolls. But let me tell you what I realized once my granny passed away. And Mickey, do not get emotional because, you know, Sometimes I think of things about her, and it's not that it makes me sad, but I just miss her. But anyway, what I realized is that my grandma always done the kneading with her hands. She always punched and rolled, like Muhammad Ali. She was knocking some rolls out, like seriously. And that is the one thing that when we made rolls together that I didn't do. I done the measuring, the mixing, the covering, the cutting, all that stuff. But what I never done was knead it. I've never really kneaded bread because my grandma was always doing that. And so I guess that is truly a technique. Well, after my grandma passed away, many years ago, I decided, I'm going to make those rolls. Oh, my goodness, feeling all nostalgic about home and always feeling some type of way about my grandma. But anyway, those rolls was like delicious, moist, perfect rolls on top. And they was like dried up biscuits on the bottom. You know how you got that cartoon cat dog? It was roll biscuits. It disaster. I don't even think I tried to make rolls since then, but I probably will try again. I love bread, and I have to just like not give into it and just, make it, because if I make something good, I'm going to really be eating it. So that chicken's frying pretty good. I probably should turn it. I'm going to give y'all, well, I'll turn this first, and then I'll show y'all the chicken, because now I'm just really rambling. But yeah, y'all, it was a roll biscuit, just like Cat Dog the cartoon. It was lots of crazy going on that day. And then I realized, or I thought to myself, why did these biscuits turn, you see, I'm even calling them biscuits. Why did these rolls turn out this way? That's what I was thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, like, am I not remembering something? And then I figured out what it was. The thing that was missing was my grandma's hands in that dough. See, now I am about to get emotional. I will not cry on this video. But my grandma's hands in that roll dough is what made those rolls so special. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. I don't sit around like every day crying about my grandma, but it's such fond memories, and even though I'm crying, I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all. But her hands is what made those rolls good. So maybe one day I'll get the technique and I can do it as good as she did. Sorry. Okay, let me give y'all one last little shot of this chicken before I get out of here. That's the chicken wings that I'm literally about to cry on. I might turn this chicken down just a little bit more. Because like I said, when you start with that second and third pan of chicken, the oil is just different. And let me tell you something here. We're hot sauce enthusiasts, which we don't really use this much. I put that in recipes. But when I fry chicken, honey, I start getting all the players out. And it's so funny because even though I do that, we typically just eat Frank's, like every single one of us. This is Frank's. This is Frank's hot sauce because I buy the economy size from Sam's Club and I just refill this big glass bottle. But that's Frank's Red Hot, which is my family's favorite. This is extra hot Frank's, and it's got a little zippity zap to it, and I love it. I bought this honey from Kroger's called Mike's Hot Honey. It's really good on fried chicken. I'm not really somebody who eats honey on fried chicken, but this is really good. What else we got under here? Look what I got here, Lori. I bought one of these because you told me how good it was. I picked one of those up at Kroger's. Let me see here. I can't believe I'm a Hot Mess Express. This is the big old tub from Sam's. I realize I keep pulling out bottles of Frank's, just different sizes and different heats. I hope that chicken ain't burning, because I'm clearly not attending to it anymore. I got all kinds of hot sauces. Chili lime Frank's. I forgot I had that one. And my mom always gets us like interesting little variety packs from Big Lots. I think this came in that. This is hot sauce. I think at this point, I'm just really showing y'all everything I own because we're not going to use all this hot sauce. Ooh, that's about as brown as me. We might need to toss that. I don't know, Maddie. It's looking pretty brown.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I don't know. It might be okay. I guess it ain't.
It's brown as meat. It's literally as brown as meat.
Yeah, it's brown as meat too. So yeah, and I tell you something else I like to do is hot wings. I shared the recipe, but maybe I'll do a tutorial that one day. So yeah, I usually put about 4. Look at that counter. All them hot sauces. Some of them hot sauces I literally forgot I even had. I'm over here pulling out hot sauce. My nose is snotty because when I cry, that happens. And I feel like this live has gotten off the rails, y'all. But you can see how pretty brown that is. And we've got 11 minutes on the timer. And see how it's floating? It's like right at that 10-minute mark, it starts floating. But yeah, that's it, y'all. I really appreciate y'all hanging out for this one. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I don't see a timer on here. But I really appreciate y'all sticking with me. And I know that we've all got our own fried chicken recipes and we all got our ways that we do things. But it would make my heart happy if somebody actually tried this and let me know what they thought. People seem to really like it. I love it. It ain't a lot to it, but so yeah. Yeah, I can't even comment on my grandma anymore. I don't want y'all to think I'm a hot mess because literally I'm not like, you know, sitting here and can't function. But it's something about talking about her cook and personal things that me and her went through. It just, you know, sometimes I'll be talking to Maddie about Granny telling something and the tears flow. And it isn't even sad. I can't explain it. It has nothing to do with being sad. It's just a deep miss for her. She's in a better place than we are. I promise you that. Well, let's see what Jamie says. The chili lime franks is great on potatoes. Sliced up and baked in the oven with salt and pepper. I will have to try that. Let me turn this chicken down. This grease is talking to me again. It's demanding respect over here. It lets me know when I need to be paying attention. So anyway, I hope I got to say hello to everybody. And I guess I'm going to get off of here and let Marcus know this chicken is ready because he's dying for chicken. Notice he's never on film. I mean, he's not here like 99% of the time when I'm doing this. But he is here and he's waiting for some chicken. So we typically start eating this chicken as soon as it comes out the grease. But I'm in here getting sidetracked, having therapy, pulling out 15 hot sauces. Some of them is black now. Everything's going on. And after this chicken comes out, it's got 9 minutes. After this chicken comes out, I'm going to put my last batch in. And I will be glad to be done. So yeah. And I'll tell you something else is good with fried chicken is those King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. Sometimes I cannot eat bread, but sometimes I just want some hot sauce and bread. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me show y'all one more again of this chicken. And if y'all don't know what one more again means, it just means one more time. I'm going to show you one more again. I mean, I done sit here and rambled to y'all for quite a while now, probably extra 15 minutes. I was just going to throw this in here and, you know, not keep y'all. But I'm sure all the M's would like if I would get off of here so we can eat. So I guess I'm going to do that. But anyway, thank you, Lord. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I love you all bunches. Oh, my goodness. The tongues just opened up on themselves. You know how they do that sometimes, scared me to death. But anyway, I love you all. And when I say that, I mean it. And people probably find it weird, but it's true. I love you. I even love the people I don't know personally. I love you all. And I appreciate you all tuning in. And all I ask is if you like what you see, would you please tell somebody? Would you please share it? And what would make me even happier than that is if you folks tried some of this and told me about it. I love feedback. It makes me happy. And if you try something and it sucks, that's okay too. I don't just need positive feedback, you know, because what I may love, you may not love, you know. I'm not naive to think everything I fix people love it, but, you know, I would love to hear some feedback from everybody. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here and we're going to fry some chicken And I love you all bunches and bunches and bunches. And thank you for tuning in. And this is my top secret fried chicken recipe that Marcus tells me. I tell people all the time. And you know, now that I think about it, I think he's right. Because every time I get somebody something, it's like, what did you do to that chicken? Then I tell them, they're like, what else did you do? This is literally it, folks. It ain't a lot of bells and whistles. But like I said, if you don't own Lawry's seasoning salt, I would encourage you to get it. That's one of those things that just, I don't know, I haven't found any better. I really haven't. Sometimes I may get a different brand garlic. You know, if I can't get to Sam's, I'll just go to Walmart and find something. But Lawry's, listen, we're going to wait on the Lawry's to get here. I don't want no sea salt. I don't want to replace it with anything. Give me the Lawry's, at least for chicken and certain things. These went, look, I said one more again, but we're going to have one more again one more time. And see, I've got this practically turned down to low, but it's still frying pretty hard. And like I said, that grease sounds different. We got 6 minutes left. And what's so funny is, which I know I've already told you this, I'm just rambling. And I know some of you may not have been on here, but I used to could fry chicken. Look at that little golden, just delicious thing flopping around in the grease. But just like I told you, I think I said earlier, that I used to could fry chicken without a timer. You know, until my mom came and we had chicken jerky, and I was like, never again. Like, seriously, the older I get, I find, like, I don't multitask as well. So I have to pay more attention. And, you know, that day, I just remember I was cooking a lot. I was doing a lot. So, like, today, I'm just frying chicken. So I probably could have done this without a timer. But it just makes me feel better to turn the timer on. Because sometimes I get sidetracked. Especially, like, when I'm talking to y'all. Because I like talking. Oh, you're welcome, Heather. You don't have to say thank you. Thank you for being here. I really do mean that. So that's the 5-minute mark. Okay, I'm going to get off of here because at this rate, I'm going to be on here and y'all going to be seeing me put the third batch of chicken in. But love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Appreciate you being here. And I hate that Gail Gillum, I don't think she ever got on here. But I hate so much she wasn't on here. She's really been wanting me to do this. I know she can go back and watch it. You know, she can watch it, but I was really hoping she'd be on here live. And I'm thrilled that you're all here. I'm thrilled that Shanna is finally here and not at work. And you tell Easton I owe him some fried chicken. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to stop naming names because I don't want to miss anybody. I love you all and appreciate you all just the same. I really do. All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. It's about time to take these wings out and put the third batch in. So y'all have a blessed Sunday, and I'll see you later.